And if you don't know, we are talking about the Spanish Royal Mint and the fourth in the doubloon series coming from them very, very soon. Folks, stay tuned for this video. It's very, very informative. As always, Don is a wonderful person to speak with about coins, numismatics, all that great stuff. His information will be in the description below. Stay tuned. Check out this great interview with Don Kagan. Don, glad to see you, my friend. How you been?
Great. Glad to be back.
All right. Can't beat that smile. I missed it, and I'm sure everybody else watching missed it too. Hey, there's a lot of things, not a lot of things, but a couple other things that I wanted to ask you and maybe just touch on your opinion on it, other than the Spanish Royal Mint, what this is about, because you've got some exciting news about that coming forward. But I have a new podcast we started on this channel called the Crucible Podcast. I do it with a friend of mine. And we had a gentleman on last week by the name of Bob Campbell. Does that ring a bell?
Sure.
Sure.
I've known Bob 40 years. Maybe
He spoke very highly of you and your family, and which I don't see how anybody could not really. But does this thing look familiar?
Yes. Unfortunately, he had this nugget stolen from him at a coin
Yes.
show. And please, your viewers should take a good look. It's worth many thousands of dollars, and there's a reward, as you can see, for $10,000. You
Yes.
know, it's something that we, unfortunately, and it's not just the coin and collectible field, but anytime you go to a trade show and you have valuable material, you have to watch out for that. You don't usually think about it because you
Yep.
have guards, and even though you have guards, somebody can quickly, very quickly, jerry rig your
Cases.
case and take it out, and I guess that's what happened in this case.
And that's what he made it sound like. As I was actually going to drop him a phone call tomorrow. I don't know if you know anything further, if anything's been said or done any further than what I guess we found out from him, and then what the local news out that way was talking about. But as far as we knew, somebody had not been caught yet. They had some pretty good pictures of him on camera. The stuff they were showing on TV, you know, that I saw on the internet. Obviously, over here in Michigan, I don't have local California news or anything, but you know, they were pretty blurry. But from what he said, you know, they got a pretty good couple pictures of this guy, and you know, we hope that it's not melted down and already being, you know, distributed in different ways. But I hope for the best. And like I said, I was going to drop him a line tomorrow to see how things were going in his world.
Yeah, that's too bad. No, we have not been notified that the person has been caught, nor have I been notified that the guy who stole out of my case a couple of years ago at a coin Colorado Springs, he took a slab certified a Pioneer gold piece out of my case. Now, in this case, in my case, it was certified, and it's a rare coin. It would be hard to pawn it off without knowing that it's stolen, and that's exactly what happened. He went to two different places. Both had been, you know, we have a network.
Oh,
so
yeah.
They knew about the sale and the theft, and of course it's a unique type of piece. So, but even in spite of that, even in spite of the guy coming to their place there to sell the coin, he didn't hand them the coin. They couldn't take it and hold it for him till the police came. He took it. He ran out of both cases. He kicked one of the doors down or something, and he ran. He had parked 2 blocks away, so they couldn't get his license plate. But it's happened to most all of us who've been in the business for decades, as Bob and I both have.
Yeah, terrible things. Terrible things. Not cool at all.
No.
And on top of that, you and I speak once in a while via email, and hopefully it's going to work out and we get to meet in person here coming in August to Chicago.
Indeed. It's a big coin show. It's our annual American Numismatic Association event. Yeah. We'll have a booth as usual, fairly large booth because we deal in top quality
Yeah.
currency as well as coins, and then we have the bullion, Spanish bullion business. So we'll be all there, and I don't know how many, 300-400 tables maybe. Market seems to be good right now, so
Yeah.
people are anxious to find some nice materials. Hard to find materials, so that's a good thing for us. It's a good and bad because there's got to be nice material to buy. So right now we find more buyers than sellers.
Okay.
Uh, that changed a little bit a few months ago, a month or two ago, as gold rose
Yeah.
spectacularly, and
Yeah.
there were more sellers than buyers at that point. And by the way, the phenomenon is the people who trade on the bullion related market and the Spanish gold coins are a hybrid of a modern coin as well as a bullion coin. The premiums have gotten really low
Okay.
for bullion related coins like American Eagles, Krugerrands, Maple Leafs. So if you're looking to buy gold, this is probably a good time in terms of the paying over gold. They're
Hmm.
small premiums now because people are factoring in, especially dealers are factoring in. Well, the gold could drop tomorrow, and we work
That's
on
right.
small margins that we could lose money. So
Yep.
so they're not paying. I mean, some gold coins are being sold for less than melt on a wholesale market. So
Wow.
you'll be able to buy some of the commoner or like world gold coins, etc., like that,
Yeah.
and smaller, not American Eagles, but
Like a
Kruger.
like I say, yeah, like a Krugerrand, maybe a Britannia if you're lucky.
You
Yeah.
buy them for close to melt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the phenomena that's going on right now. But right now, for vintage and good coins and currency, there's a lot of buyers out there now looking for nice material.
Right on. Right on. Well, you told me that you're taking a little trip. What's today? Today happens to be the 20th. You're taking off on the 24th to Spain. Is that correct?
Actually, 25th,
25th?
I go to Madrid. They've invited me to take a look at the striking of the new Imperial Eagle. That's the fourth in our series. If you remember, the first was the Lynx. That's right, you got it. And then the second one was the Bull, because which we recommended because that's what we think of when we think of Spain. Then they came out with a caballo, the stallion,
A beautiful,
beautiful,
beautiful coin. Beautiful coin this is.
and now we have the Imperial Eagle.
Well, let's show it, shall we?
There it is.
That when you just have to take that in, right? For those of you who are first seeing it, and maybe some of them watching now, it was the first time they saw the lynx and the bull and or the stallion. What I love, the first thing I thought about this design was I'm glad they did not clip the wings like the US Mint did with the eagle on the American Silver Eagle. This is a gorgeous looking coin.
I had the privilege, thank you. I had the privilege of seeing and talking with the engravers at
Really?
the event. And yeah, so I saw some renderings. That was one of the renderings when I was there several months ago. People don't realize it. It is they come up with a number of ideas.
Mhm.
In the case of the bull, and especially, I took like four final finalist picture images to coin shows and showed it to the people who'd be selling them, the dealers, our distributors.
Yeah.
And we actually did a survey of which one we would most recommend and like to have, and we sent that to Spain, and they indeed uh, made the made the coin out of the engraving that we like the best.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, can you imagine dealers or anyone telling the U.S. Mint, "Hey, we like this design best. Why don't you do that?"
Yeah, right. I mean,
We,
that's I
yeah,
got this in the mail the other day and I was just kind of flipping through it.
right. Oh, they have a lot of different interesting
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
but we're always we're looking to ultimately, obviously, to raise awareness of Spain, of course, that's what they're
Sure.
doing, and making money is less important to them than letting people know that they do state of the art work. Um, and so we have been giving them feedback, and they've been listening to us. So this is the fourth of the series. I don't know if there's going to be a fifth, especially with premiums coming down so much, because remember, these coins are different than the average Krugerrand, Maple Leaf, American Eagles, because these are proofs, reverse proofs.
Reverse proofs,
And
right? Beautifully struck.
when I was last there in Madrid and went through the facility, they have these guys who have gloved hands, white gloves, and they take and put a blank on or planchet on the dot, on the press,
Yeah. Yep.
have it struck, and then take it out by their fingers, put it so that the only the edges are touching, and then another person puts it into the plastic encapsulation with some so that they don't move around, and
Yep.
they encapsulate them, and then they ship them so that they're you know pristine.
Think
So
about that. Somebody does that. What is this mintage? 12,000, correct?
12,000 worldwide.
Yeah.
So in the so they do can only do about 350 a day, unlike tens of thousands that are
Pumped out, mass produced.
what we call the business strikes, like you
Yes.
get
Yes.
American Eagles. Now, it is true that there are proof examples of American Eagles, of Britannias, of other countries, but they sell for a lot more
I was just
than,
gonna touch on that.
than
That premium seems to be a bit more. A
yeah, a lot.
bit more.
So while these coins, I mean, they sell them for 10% over melt in Spain and Europe. We sell them for 9% here in the United States. And you might think, well, I can get an American Eagle for 3% or 4%,
Sure. So
whatever.
can the next guy.
Yeah, but not a proof. These are hand struck. They polish the dies, they polish the planchet, they they put more pressure, and they take the time to make them as a collectible coin. So we call these modern proofs. So it is probably the least expensive modern proof coin of limited quantity that you can get. And not every coin is going to be. We're the only ones as a distributor for North America. We're the only ones that have the ability to strike get them certified as first
Certified.
day of issues, and then we have one of 200, right? So
Mhm.
one of 200, of course, is the most valuable and sought after. Then another 800 are made as FDIs or first day of issues.
Okay, right.
Now, not all of those are going to be 70s, right?
No, no.
Shipping and the handling. Sometimes they have little scratches. So only a percentage of those are going to be 70. So the 70s carry a premium, but not the really big premium you might think.
And you do both well, both of the major, I guess you could call grading services. There are other grading services, but through PCGS and NGC, these are sent to, correct?
That's right. We
Yep.
send one of 200s, all of those to PCGS and NDC, and the first another 800 to the two grading services. Um, we are considering there's a new ones, CAC,
Yes.
that CAC, which used to still does put little stickers on
Certifies
certified.
the certification, right?
Yeah, they're solid for the grade, right? So
Yes.
and they do bring more money. Um, they now have a grading service by the
Yep.
same name, and a little bit more.
And we just talked about that too, me and a friend of mine that we weren't sure, and I guess I never looked it up, and maybe are they open to the public to send coins to now, the CAC, or are they still kind of private or, kind of like bulk deals, maybe dealers only type thing still?
No, I
I'm
don't
not
know the answer to that. You might
yeah,
reach out to them, have them on your program if you want. I bet
that
they
might
like that.
Yeah, that might be a great show to have,
So we're looking into that. They may be a rival grading company. Right now, we're just doing PCGS and NGC.
which are
So, yeah,
well-known grading
that's
services.
what the demand is. So we
Yeah.
listen to our distributors, and then we pass along what we hear um, to Spain, and we have dialogue with them. And it's going to be fun going to Spain, seeing the president of the mint and the I think the Ministry of Culture is going to be there, so that'll be nice. That's her boss, and that's like our, you know, uh, internal. That would be the
That
Treasury
sounds
Secretary for us, probably.
yeah, sounds like a fun trip.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's business, but it'll be fun. It's
Sure.
for us dealers, especially. I mean, going to these coin shows or going to an event like this, which also there's a coin show in conjunction with that going on in
Ah,
Madrid. Um, it's seeing your extended family. I mean, these people I see two, three, four, sometimes a dozen times a year. I see more often. These other coin dealers, I see more often than I see my own, relatives, right?
it
So,
hap and
so it's
that's the way it
fun.
goes sometimes.
Yeah, and it's fun to see people. Oh, I remember you from 20 years ago. We met da 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 da. Or
Uh-huh.
the older people. Oh, I remember dealing with your father. Who started in
Oh, yeah.
They started in 1933, so I guess we're now the oldest family-owned coin company in the United States.
And you've
Um,
got a son coming up behind you, right?
yeah, well, we'll see. I mean,
Uh-huh.
he's interested in this bullion, Spanish bullion program, but not so much in the history and the
Not
art
so much
that
the
so
history and
many
the
of
art.
us. Uh, so we'll see what happens.
Understandable, understandable. What about, a release time? Do you think these will be available
So
come
I get back.
August?
Yeah, I get back on the 1st of July. So the coins go immediately to the NGC and
Mhm.
PCGS. And we should, 2 weeks later, mid July, we should have the coins.
Really? Okay.
Their
So
turnaround's pretty fast. So they'll be out by the end of July. We'll certainly have some of our A&A in August in Chicago. But
are we gonna see any change to the reverse? Now, if correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Lynx is the only 1 ounce version that doesn't have that. Let me bring it up here. It doesn't
quadruple,
have that what's that called again?
uh, yeah,
It
it's
changes. It changes.
hologram.
It's
It's a
there's security device there.
Yeah, there's 4 images. If you move the coin back and forth, that circle at the 12 o'clock, you can see 4 different images.
Yep, yep.
Um, so one the will be the eagle. One will be um, the monogram of the M for the mint. Another
Mhm.
one for E for euro. Um, there'll be there'll be the coming out of the columns that you're looking at.
Yep.
Uh, another image of that. So and it, so dollar sign. So that or the E sign. So I think
Yeah.
it. So that'll be that's interesting. So it's the biggest advance. I think I told you when they came with the
Uh-huh.
Toro on it. Came out with that. The state of the art in anti-counterfeiting devices. So some people, would
It's a
get
big move.
it was, and
Yeah,
and nobody else has that. They have the patent for it. They so some people might say, well, how do I know it's not tungsten, which has, a similar weight to it? And well, when they had bought gold coins, well, this ensures that the coin is actually
sure,
genuine and
sure.
gold.
Well, that is something else. Let's bring this back up. I wanna bring them all back up one more time. So this was the first in a series. We saw this in 2021,
Mhm.
and then we followed with the Toro in 2022, and, until I see the Eagle in hand, this is probably by far one of my favorite design to date
That is
is
beautiful. Yeah.
it is. And then we're going to go to this one right here. This is up and coming, folks, and be on the lookout. Let me ask you about, we know the mint sells out, right? But how have your personal sales gone as far as do you have any 1 ounce links left or anything beyond that?
No, the links are sold out long
Links are
ago.
gone long ago.
I think there's
Sure,
still some,
2024.
yeah, I think there's still some bulls out there,
Mhm.
um, and stallions. Um, the sales slowed down when gold went way up
Uh-huh.
because the premiums came down and our distributors couldn't make a lot of money if you're selling, you know, if our cost from the mint dictates what we have to price them at, and even working, very, maybe 1% with our distributors.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it still makes it higher than comparable bullion related items. So it has to appeal to the people who want the modern proofs. So modern proofs people still want to buy these, but the bullion people say, well, I'll just too much of a premium over something else like an American Eagle, but that won't last forever.
Sure.
But sales will slow down on those. So but the good news is the premiums have come down. So we're actually able to sell some of our coins for less than replacement. Some of the earlier ones that we
Uh-huh.
have, bulls, let's say, we can sell them for a little less than what we were selling them for before because gold's gone up and we can still make a profit. But
Still make it, yeah.
yeah,
Gotcha.
so we'll have deals sometimes especially with our wholesalers, uh, going into the buying the Eagles, they're the same price.
Yeah, right, right. Well, I hope everybody listening and watching is really gonna be looking forward to this. He says sometime maybe mid-July, late July, be on the lookout for the 4th in the series, the Imperial Eagle, correct?
That's it.
All right, Don, I wanna thank you again for your time. As always, I appreciate it. You're a busy man. You take 20, 25 minutes, sit down with little old me here in Michigan, and I'm very, very thankful
Oh, I'm
for
happy.
your time.
Happy. We're always happy to share the information. I mean, a lot of us are in this. We have a passion for it, and we
Yeah,
love to share. And
yeah.
I like doing this, and it's been fun. And thanks for having me on.
Hey, I appreciate it, and I hope everybody else appreciates it as well. And hopefully, in the next few months, we'll hear from you again. And I definitely look forward to meeting in person come August. I'll drop you a line before that thing comes up. But yeah, it would be nice to see you at the table and say hello. I'll have the wife with me because it is our anniversary weekend.
All right. Well, maybe. Oh, and early next year we'll have the 1/10 eaglet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
1/10 eaglet. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We'll get into the 1/10ths, which
And
those should be dated 25, correct?
they will. They'll be
Yep.
dated 25. We still have the 24 stallions, 1/10
Stallions.
pounds, and some links, but
Ah,
and some bulls, but not many.
okay. Not many. Not many. All right, Don, you have safe travels, and I look
Thank you.
forward to talking to you again next time.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
See ya. Thanks. Well, folks, you heard it here first. As usual, Don Kagan going to Spain for the striking of the Imperial Eagle, 4th in the series of the Spanish doubloons. Folks, be on the lookout for these coins. Probably late July. I know he's talking mid July, but there's always some complications. So I don't want to say mid July. I'm going to say late July, but definitely if these are a coin that you are into and you're a collector of this series, or hell, you just like the coin, like he said, it's a lower premium, low mintage style, reverse proof, ultra security device. It's got everything going on for it. So, folks, no one's twisting your arm. I hope you appreciate the content coming from Don Kagan. He is full of it. And I will see you all on the next one. Thanks, everybody.